Hello, everybody. Starting soon. Let's see here.
It was free topic today for the thread. You can say whatever prediction you want. If you haven't got it yet, just go there and give me your prediction, your funny moment.
It is weird on these new character trailers that they use the world tour version of these characters, which always kind of look ugly.
Oh, that's the default.
I don't mean to caution you, they just don't look as good as they do in like actual Street Fighter 6. And then you have like the kind of ugly player characters that don't look very good. I was like, I think this would play better if you just showed me some actual gameplay. But, yeah, they always do it. People. I guess people do that. I guess people pick up the new characters and like, I'm excited to get back to World Tour mode. I guess that's a thing.
Yeah, I guess like the normies don't.
Yeah.
I hate that mode. I think that mode is ass. I don't get it. People like, you can just do a Tatsu and jump over like it's so fucking your brain's gonna blow up by the fucking platforming. I was like, no, you won't. It's like it's bad. Shut up. I hate that. Let's do a Tatsu to jump. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I think I am ready to start.
Okay.
Oh, give me a sec. My OBS is not behaving. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I'm gonna run in the save mode and I'm gonna restart it because it crashed already.
Okay.
So annoying. All right, it's on. What's up with OBS? It's been like kind of iffy lately.
I don't know. Mine's been all right recently, but I've definitely had those spells where there were a lot of issues.
Not now. Right. I need to update it one of these days. I've been skipping updates, so that might be doing it. Can you talk a little bit?
Yo, it's me, Jeff Grubb from the Jeff Grubbs.
All right. Good.
It's me, Mike Minotti, also from the Jeff Grubbs.
We're all Jeff Grubbs now.
Oh,
We're all Jeff Grubbs down here.
It's like 1,000 times resist.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
Do you catch on that? They're all the same character.
No.
I was told that nothing would make
different.
sense for 6 hours.
What?
Yeah, look, just because Jeff's not gonna play, you don't have to spoil things for me.
That's a lie. No, it makes sense right away.
Aren't you restarting your computer?
No, he's just restarting OBS, right?
I'm already done.
Oh, I was
already
confused.
done. Yeah, sorry. You distracted me with your bad taste.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We gotta get started.
I did. I mean, I could tell that we were all the same person. Yeah, that was pretty clear. Okay. All right. So we're good to go.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay. Well, we should test this music. I didn't do that. I knew I was.
Oh, you wanna put the yellow pigment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this same link.
Don't forget to tweet and stuff.
I posted it to Blue Sky. I'll do Twitter.
That's fine. You don't have to tweet it. Who gives a shit there? Yeah. You know what I mean.
Self-tweet and I unbookmark it. I'm free of Twitter.
All right. Is the podcast stuff where you posted that? Yeah. Okay. There it is.
Yeah. I won't get. I refuse to go back to Twitter now.
Okay.
I refuse. Blue Sky is so much better.
Browser. It is better.
Can they hear us? I don't even know.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hi everybody. Why do I feel like I'm getting so washed out with my camera lately?
I was gonna say something, but I wasn't sure.
going on. Work
Maybe
on
we need
that.
to like change your color.
I don't know. I thought it was, and then like my chat one time was like, "It's fine." I'm like, "It looks pretty bad to me."
I'm gonna
I don't
color
know.
correct your ass.
Whoa.
I have auto exposure on. I don't have low light compensation. Is that good or bad?
You probably want to.
Yeah, you.
I mean, if
I
auto
want this
exposure's on,
H-
I would just turn it to manual and then turn
That-
it down. Yeah, there you go.
What's that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Maybe
Oh,
a
there
little
you go,
dark,
yeah.
but it's
A
got
little
Yeah,
dark.
too
I
good
can-
contrast
I can-
and stuff.
I can do.
What do I?
Okay.
I put it so the pigment bounce when I talk, but it doesn't. It's not catching on.
What's
What-
ISO?
ISO
Oh.
is
So
it's like
Look at
I can't remember like how wide the aperture's open or something.
There we
but
go.
it's
That looks
something
pretty
different.
good, right? Right here.
Yep. You want to
Yeah.
as low ISO as you can get away with is usually what you want to do.
Oh.
The more ISO, the more grainy it'll be.
Okay. What
Um,
does HDR mean for my camera? Do I want that on? For
It's
my
a
camera?
it's a fake thing.
Yeah, that's what I
it's
figured.
ass.
Like,
Yeah, don't use it.
oh, it looks
yeah,
stupid.
don't use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're ready. Oh wait, I didn't test the actual
we're
music because Elgato Streams Deck software is
It's the first time we
broken.
make a podcast, everybody.
Yeah, they
So, give us
understand.
a little break.
That's just so nice that they would all show up for our first podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Okay.
can make myself warmer. Ooh, I like it a little bit warmer.
All right. Well,
Patrick
Stream Deck is not
Forces, ISO
responding.
roughly equates to gain on a digital cameras.
Yeah. Okay. Digital visual
makes sense.
gain. Yeah, it does.
That makes sense.
It's better.
And test.
Yeah, that's better.
What's
You were
that?
looking kind of pale.
Sus. I didn't like it.
Kinda.
And I am pale, so that's the problem. If people can't know the real me.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
respect that.
Okay.
work-
Is this gonna work now?
You know, it doesn't bother me that Dan doesn't know that, they didn't have corn in the old world. It bothers me that he doesn't believe us when we tell him.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Don't tell him.
He's
about
like, nobody could
tomatoes.
possibly have ever learned and retained that information.
Right.
I'm like, sure they could, Dan.
It happens
The
all the
books,
time.
they're like people. We have been writing for thousands of years. Come on.
Okay. Stream Deck might be broken. I might have to think of another way to do the music.
Yeah, Connellwood.
Or maybe we have to just go
Yeah,
no
it's
music
good
this
to ask you
episode,
again.
and you'll have to just edit into the audio version.
Oh, Connor, what did you think of the parts that were like Subway Surfers?
You should just name random games whenever you take it about 1,000 times per season. But if it's like, remember when it was like Pac-Man? That was crazy.
Yeah. There's a huge Pac-Man section. Come
I
on.
just said the word tin whistle. I don't know why, but sure.
And whistle. Are you good with that music? We're talking over you when you talk about the music.
Too bad.
Hang on. I'm trying.
That's the song from Land Before Time.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't pay
The
attention.
theme
to
song.
it.
Oh, sure, yeah. What? Is this the one we go?
Yeah, you can just do that.
Damn.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
All right, here are the options because it's not working.
All right.
No music, or I have to stop the stream and restart the computer.
No music.
Put it in post.
No
It's
music.
fine.
Just
Sounds
give it a
good.
countdown. We add it in a post.
All right, sounds good. All right, we're gonna go right. We're gonna go raw into the podcast. Everybody in 5, 4, 3. It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Mess Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games, so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host Jeff Grubb, and with me is.
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, Indiana Jones is out in early access. Let's take a look at the reviews, and also let's predict the Game Awards. We'll do a bunch of different kinds of predictions for both what we expect to show up there and what we expect to win. It'll be a good time. But first, Mike, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Birthday weekend starting very soon here, very soon. So, yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm like trying. I'm gonna be a little ridiculous about it, but I'm trying to hold back a bit.
You're trying to save it for when we're all together.
Well, I'm like really saving up points for the bullshit that's going to happen when I turn 40 in a couple of years.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's gonna be a lot.
Do you think that's potentially a bad strategy? Because like people will be like, well, Mike's been a lot more low key about his birthdays the last couple of years. He's not going to expect him a lot for his 40s, and then you come out just
Well, like trust me, I'm
wild
not
and
like I'm not gonna like rely on people to surprise me. I'm gonna make sure they're very well aware, like a year in advance of what's going on for the big 4-0. Like they'll know there will be things happening.
Okay, are you like laying the groundwork at all right now? By like, what is that? What you were just doing? You're like, I'm taking it easy this year because hey, watch out when I turn 40, because that's kind of what you just did to me.
I was like the big one is my brother's wives, and I kind of like told them like, look, I need you two to get ready right now. There's gonna be some bullshit. And they were fighting back pretty hard already. But you know, AJ turned 40 and like the boys went to Universal, right?
Okay.
But like to be clear, we went to, Universal's great, but we went there because the wives are kind of like, well, you're not going to go to Disney World without like us and the kids, are you? So I'm trying to, to be a little bit like,
okay, yeah, it's not like we're going to go to Windsor and go to some strip clubs or something like that. No, it's just going to be
God. Okay. No, I haven't been to a strip club in 10 years. That lost its appeal real fast.
Yeah, I know. I've never been. I just remember when I was a kid, when my brothers got into their 20s, they would drive to Windsor in Canada and go to the strip clubs there for some reason.
I've been to more strip clubs than you, which is zero. But you were such a dirtbag.
I'm a dirtbag. I'm just not that kind of dirtbag.
Oh, I guess I am.
Thanks for picking it up. I'm just I'm a criminal dirtbag. Please.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, you have a rap sheet. Yes. I'm legally a dirtbag.
Exactly. Yes, you were operating with the bounds of the law with your dirtbaggery.
You almost say what's the D word? You almost said there. I'm operating within the bounds of law of my what?
I was trying to say dirtbaggery, and it was just it got too complicated in the mouth.
Sure.
It's been a long week, and I've been doing a lot of talking into microphones, but
fine.
But not for podcasts, for meetings. So
now I want you to know. Look, I don't know much about what's going on for Game of the Year. I'm just going to show up though, and I hope that's fine, right? I don't want to show up and then that people be like, well, Mike, didn't you know that this was going to happen? I'm just showing up.
Let me think.
As far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, you know the days to show up, right? I mean, you know that Friday and Saturday.
There's one. There's one day I had to do some GamesBeat stuff. I better.
I hope that's Friday morning because the other people are doing stuff that morning. So you tell me.
What's the day of the Game Awards?
Thursday.
Oh, then yeah, it's fine.
Okay, fantastic. That'll work out well. Yeah, you just got to show up. Although, I'll make sure you get like the sheet with all the nominations. So if you want to add stuff of your own to be talked about.
I got that sheet. I've been adding stuff. Don't worry.
And you like add categories as well too. That's what I'm going to do this weekend.
Oh, add categories. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, let's just add a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Like I think it would be fun. It'd be fun to like have some good stuff on there. Okay.
Okay. Good.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. You give us a good rating wherever you are listening, and hit that like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you can drop a super chat during the show here on YouTube. We'll get to all of those before the end of the program. Feel free to shoot those over to talk about whatever you want to talk about from the last week or so. We're going to go over some news, but we want to talk about what you all want to talk about. Thank you to Carlos Ain, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube, for the use of our theme songs. Thanks to 1UP versus CPU for our artwork. You can find more at 1UpVersusCPU.com. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to Christian for producing, and you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions and our Game Club discussions, early access to new episodes of Game Mess, Jeopardy, and Columbros, and of course, all of our shows ad-free. As a friendly reminder, you can also become a supporter by becoming a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber. So twitch.tv/Tolkoto, you're on there. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you link everything up so you can get all of those same benefits. And, if you join here on YouTube, there's that membership button. Hit that. Same thing's going to happen. All right, Mike, big topics. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into them. Indiana Jones is it basically out tonight? I think it's out right now, right? Is it launched? Reviews dropped as well, and it's doing pretty well. I think last I looked, it was like around an 80.
The 10th it comes out. Well,
early access I think begins now.
Oh God, I can't. This early access shit, I can't handle it. Can we just have one release date?
I mean, this is their way of raising the price without raising the price, right? They're like, we could sell it at for more money to people who can't wait, and let them pay the nerd tax, and this way everyone else can just get it for a normal price a couple of days later. So I'm okay with it. Although, yeah, whatever. Okay, so reviews are mostly pretty positive. Like mostly, like it's like 87's a really good score. Again, that's the earlier. It might have changed since I last checked.
So that on Open Critic right now, and that's with 62 reviews. So gonna stay around there.
That's gonna stay around there.
63 reviews. Jeez.
A lot of the sentiment seems to be this is a fun action adventure game that really does a good job of capturing the spirit of Indiana Jones. I tend to agree with all of that. I've played a little bit more than 10 hours, probably somewhere between 11 and 12 hours. And I've done the first major area. So the way the game works is that you're going to have, it's going to open up with a little, vignette. I'm not going to spoil anything. That stuff's really fun. Then, you jump to, hey, the mystery, the new mystery is beginning with Indiana Jones at college, and that leads him off to somewhere else. Then you spend a lot of time in that somewhere else doing side missions, exploring it. It is intricately recreated from real life. And they fill it up with a lot of stuff to do. I just it was during that period where I was doing a lot of side stuff that I was like, the pacing is a little sluggish here to me. That's like one of my bigger issues. If you watch an Indiana Jones film, I'm a huge fan of the movies. I love Indiana Jones. I really have always loved Indiana Jones, still do. And I when I started this game, when I was putting together the tree for Christmas, I put on Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it's like, Indiana Jones something's going to go wrong. That's going to lead him somewhere. He's going to do a little bit of archaeology, a little bit of puzzle solving. Then in the middle of that puzzle solving, something is going to go wrong that leads to a giant action sequence. And that leads them to a different place, a different setting where they kind of reset and do a lot of that same stuff all over again. But it's new and interesting because the characters have changed and the set has changed. That's not the sort of like what happens in this game. This game is, you are here in this cool space that we spent a lot of time building. And so we're going to have you go back and forth doing various things. And luckily, a lot of those side quests are pretty solid. Now, many of them are just fetch quests. Go here. I a lot of times I feel like a waiter. Go here, get the thing, bring it back full.
You're not
to the
an
person.
MMO player.
I'm not. No.
Right.
But I think
I'm not saying I'm totally numb to these things, but I've been beaten down by them for sure.
I'm just like, and I just think it's it doesn't necessarily. This game is so close to being such the right heir to Indiana Jones as opposed to the last two films, that not getting this feeling of the propulsion of an Indiana Jones adventure right is something that's like, it was a decision they made, and I'm not sure if it was the right one, but they did make it.
Is it padding? Is that what you think it feels like?
I mean, there is a lot to do in these spaces, and a lot of it is like, here's a map of every book that you can get to upgrade your thing, and there's like 30 of them, and go find each of them in all these spaces. And that stuff does feel like padding. There's other side quests that are clearly more important. They have like tiers, like a lot of games do these days, of like, this is called field work and you need to do all this. And then these are mysteries. And these are and those are kind of like side quests. And but you need to do some of those, because some of those mysteries that are a tier down, do that and you'll get a disguise that makes all the other stuff you're doing in the main quest way easier.
Okay, so it's like kind of optional, but like very beneficial to do them.
Yes, I'm looking at it as like stuff that is part of the main story, the field work. There is the quasi-optional ones that are gonna like really be beneficial to do, and then there's a lot of optional ones below that. Either way, it's like, regardless, I did about as much as I wanted to do, and still I'm like, ooh, I'm ready to move on from this first major area. Well before the game was ready for me to move on. But eventually it does, and it happens with a great action sequence and great characters, and like great characters that are both great because they're Indiana Jones characters, and great because Machine Games, who has been great at characters in the Wolfenstein games, and they're excellent here. Lots of very funny writing, great character moments. They do the Indy doing his thing of like smirking at the camera and things like that. They get all that stuff right. And then you whisk off to the next new big area, and it's stuff like, oh, you're at a dig site, and you see like the little wooden structures over a hole that they're using to like pulley things down in the thing, like you recognize from Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like, man, it's cool to just see this stuff and be in this world with these things. But then once again, a lot of side quests in this area, and it does drag on a little bit. I mostly think that this is a game that is solid to very good. And I think a lot of it's going to deter, whether or not other people find it fun. It's going to come down to how bothered they are by the structure of the game. And if they kind of give themselves over to, hey, I'm on the archaeology side of this Indiana Jones adventure, and so I'm ready to explore a world. They did a good job of that. It's just a lot. And then if you come into this and you want action adventure, Uncharted, one set piece to the other, it's not one set piece to the next set piece. It's very rarely like that, actually.
You're a big machine games fan.
I am.
I mean, are you getting a lot of that vibe from it? Are you like really picking up like, oh, this is clearly from the people who make those Wolfenstein games that I like a lot?
I'm getting a good amount of it. Yes, it's definitely toned down from what Wolfenstein is, but it's still Nazis that you're punching. You also deal with some Italian fascists at points, and meet some.
No,
none of them are named Minotti, are
grandpa.
they?
Listen, I don't want to spoil anything.
What are their names, Jeff?
Listen, hey, watch out, buddy. Is all I'm saying. No, you get fun characters to beat up, and the game does a good job of hamming it up with these villains. There's some, supernatural elements because of Indiana Jones. Again, Machine Games is good at that stuff from the Wolfenstein games, and I've enjoyed that. And then you get like the characters really dropping some really good lines. I posted one on Twitter and on Blue Sky of a Nazi talking about how easy it is to manipulate insecure males, and it's like, yeah, like this is the kind of thing, the incisive commentary that I really appreciated in Wolfenstein 2, and they're bringing some of that here as well. I think the best bits are just Troy Baker does an incredible Harrison Ford. It really is very, very good. And all of the Harrison Fordisms, all of the Indyisms are here, and that stuff really works. And pairing that up with Machine Games is sort of a very scalpel-like writing is a match made in heaven for me a lot of the time.
I'm very excited to play this. I held back from doing the early stuff just because a little bit busy, and also we're playing this on the Game Club, so I do want to be able to stream it so people can watch me play through it when we eventually do our discussion for that. But yeah, I think this sounds like a ton of fun. And like, I hear the things that are bothering you, and like, I don't know. My guess is I won't be as bothered by that stuff. But again, I'm very used to side quests, and I like lingering. I like doing some of that stuff. We'll see though. Maybe I'll get a little bit thrown off by the pacing because I also like Uncharted a lot, and maybe I wish it was a bit more like that. I don't know. I'm
going to be curious to see where most people fall. I will say I'm a little surprised at how good the scores are. Not that I would like be giving it a 5 out of 10 or anything like that. I think I'm, on the Giant Bomb scale, I would be somewhere between a 3 and a 4 out of 5. I think by the end of the game, because I keep playing it because I want to keep playing it, and I am enjoying it, and I do. Once I've kind of given it myself over to the way it works, all that stuff is well made and good. So it's like, okay, yeah, 4 out of 5 probably is where I would end up. On top of all that, there's jank, at least on the PC version I've been playing, a lot of weird animations, stuff that is, half broken. Brody walking around with his arms stiff, so he looks like a weird little caveman. That was pretty funny at the beginning of the game, loading in, and Indy's hair was all like blown back, and so it kind of like you could see like the under hair that like just looks like a little texture, and then the hair is all blowing back here. Small things like that. Also, it's, Indy is a regular guy, and so this is a game about climbing around and exploring things, but, it takes him a second to climb up a rock, and you really feel that, especially when, like, let's say you were to miss a jump and you fall down, and now you got to do it all over again. That could feel pretty painful and laborious. So I'm someone's like, this bothers me, and also I think I might have made the same choice if I were them, because it's Indiana Jones and he is just a guy. And so it's nuanced. I have a nuanced feeling about it. Of this is something that I appreciate that they're doing. They're representing the character in an authentic way, and yet is this going to be the most fun feeling video game? Sometimes, not always. But then you go punch a Nazi, and they do the big beefy smashing sound that always happens when Indian
that chicken bone crunch.
Yes, the chicken bone crunch, and like the slap of the meat. It's just really good stuff. So yeah,
good.
You think we're gonna get another games of indie? Like, can you see it like in the future? This turning into like a multiple title saga, whatever.
Yes, I think so, and I hope so. There's a strong foundation here, regardless of any of the qualms I have. And I think it's, like I said, it is the worthy successor to Indiana Jones. It is the If you want the franchise to keep going, this seems like the right way to do it. At least for the next, several years. So I hope they get a chance to do a full trilogy. That would be, I think that could be fantastic. And I think, they really know what they're doing with like making it feel like the movie where, all of the secondary characters are played by real actors. So they have their faces scanned in. I don't think it's like facial capture. Like, the faces look kind of like a Bethesda game, like with that kind of talking. But, the characters look really good beyond that. And it's like there's acting happening beneath that because there's really good voice acting from these great actors. And it just feels cinematic. If you want your Indiana Jones to feel cinematic, the game does that a lot of the time outside of the pacing issues, I think.
Cool.
Gotta say, though, this is the one where it's like, man, I guess I don't really. This is the one that makes me feel like I can't ever trust my own taste, Mike, because I'm like, I think people are mostly not going to like this one, and everyone seems to like it. I know there's a few negative reviews out there.
It's funny because the very first thing I saw when like reviews dropping was Greg Miller tweeting out that he didn't like it. I was like, oh no. Yeah. Then I went up and Craig like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, I think you get like 6.5.
Right, not that like he's wrong or anything, but it's just like, oh, like the first one I saw was like one of the lower things there. But look, Jeff, don't worry. I'll play it and then I'll let you know if your opinion is right or wrong.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate that this works for me. If I had to like choose out of all these like film follow-up games, because this is starting to be a trend, right? The Harry Potter game, Avatar, Star Wars, and the Star Wars Outlaws, all games that take place in movie universes for the most part, and they are not following the main character. They take place later in the timeline, or one way or the other. I guess Indiana Jones does, but it's not like trying to
side stories.
Yes, it's a side story. Yes. If I had to like pick the one I enjoy the most, I think it's still Star Wars Outlaws. So it's like,
is that what's driving you crazy? You having a little bit of like, why do people like this one so much?
A little bit.
Very hard on Star Wars Outlaws. Is that your thing?
A little bit. I'm just a little confused, and I think part of it's like, that one's Ubisoft, and we don't like them. And this one's Machine Games. We do like them. I think, people like Indiana Jones for certain reasons. This game has 9 out of 10 of those reasons. So maybe that's what it is. But I just, when I'm like looking at a glance, I have a hard time understanding why this is working for people and Star Wars Outlaws didn't. So yeah, little weirded out.
Well, like I said, I'll let you know if you're a freak soon.
I appreciate it.
Fucking freak. Speaking of Ubisoft, X-Defiant is shutting down. Oh, you saw that? Was my first.
I mean, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, that was a good segue. Yeah, absolutely. Well done.
Look at this. We give him a yellow pick, man. Look how much he's piping up all of a sudden. He's asking you follow-up questions.
Oh, I know.
God.
I appreciate it when we're talking about the game, but how dare you segue my podcast? X-Defiant's shutting down. Yeah.
Not shocked.
Yeah, not shocked. At the same time, this is Ubisoft, the company that has had a handful of games sort of rise out of the ashes of tough launches, but that seems like that era is over. They don't seem to either have the patience or the belief that that's possible anymore. Like, this game probably wasn't going to become Rainbow Six Siege, right?
No, I don't think there's a turnaround. I mean, it's funny because that was because of stuff like Rainbow Six Siege and then A Realm Reborn. I think everybody got real excited, like, well, we could just fix these games actually. And I think now the recent trend is like, no, you don't. It's actually just so expensive and it doesn't work out anyways. You do just move on. The game closing down is whatever, but there's studio closures and layoffs associated with this, right?
Yep. They're closing down the San Francisco team that was partially responsible. There's an Osaka team. They're winding down a team in Sydney. They're laying off quite a few people, 277-ish, like up to 277, a weird number. Say up to, it's like, well, then it must be 277.
Yeah, weird. It's not like they're gonna lowball it after that.
And then they're going to take a lot of the other people and move them over to other games, probably Assassin's Creed. It's tough. I saw that chart going around about Ubisoft's how much money they make per employee, and it is very low compared to every other publisher in the industry. They employ so many people, and their games are underperforming. That is a recipe for very bad things, and they are in the midst of that right now. How they break it, it's like, I mean, really, there is no other answer other than, well, I guess there's two answers. Put out games that make enough money to justify all of this, or you got to cut way more jobs. And I'll say, for as boneheaded and as bad as the leadership of Ubisoft is, they seem pot committed to trying to make the whole thing work. So they, while they do lay off a lot of people, they have laid off a lot of people. They still employ tons of people, and they seem to be committed to trying to make that work. So we'll see if they can. I doubt it, because it is the same leadership that got them there in the first place.
I'm sure that there's kind of a just wait till Assassin's Creed Shadows, just wait till Shadows, right?
Yep, it was wait till Star Wars, right? It definitely was that.
Well, yeah.
Now it's wait till Shadows.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shadows better hit, because I don't really like what's beyond that. Like, it is just more Assassin's Creed. Well, if the last Assassin's Creed doesn't hit, then what the heck are we doing here? I mean, you know, I guess you can do another Far Cry, and that'll be okay. But that's it, right? Yeah, if Shadow doesn't do it, I think there's going to be something seismic that happens with Ubisoft, which seems to be like a threat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like what other choice do they have? Foam Stars is getting no more updates. It'll still be operating. I know you're a huge Foam Stars fan, Mike. How are you handling this?
No, I'm not gonna play on the bit. No, I'm not.
Did you ever play it?
I played it at Summer Game Fest that one time, and it was okay.
Okay, yeah.
I played it at Summer Game Fest. I was like, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm just, gonna keep playing Splatoon, or if I want this kind of thing, even though it was different in some ways, but like the aesthetics of it didn't really vibe with me, right? The characters weren't all that appealing, and that's so important for this kind of thing. Again, it's the least shocking thing in the world that this didn't take off.
Yep, yeah. I think if you are one of these companies that has one of these shooters that is underperforming, and you're sitting around and then you see Black Ops 6 come out and just take over the world, it's like, okay, yep. We got to scrap it. There's just going to be absolutely no room in the room for one of these games, and for us to try to bring it back would be completely silly. Let's just go back to the drawing board and try something else. I mean, God, if you're Ubisoft though, do you keep trying to make one of the? Okay, they've tried to make shooters work over and over again.
I mean, they always say, and all these companies say this when they have one of these live service game fails, like, this is still an important part of our strategy. Okay, I mean, like, what's the next one, right? Like, what do they even have next, and why is that going to be any different? Is it just a roll of the dice? Because I don't even know if it's a roll of the dice anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if XDefiant ever had a chance. I don't know if Foam Stars ever had a chance. It's not just that it didn't get lucky, or that, it voted on red and it came up black. I just don't think it's ever going to work out like this.
Yep, I agree. Warcraft was delisted. Warcraft 1 and 2 were delisted from GOG.
They're
getting that's right. Yeah, yes, that they said. And then GOG mentioned, hey, when that happens, for those of you who own it, we will continue updating it in the background to ensure it will run on your systems. They they had a really kind of somber post about it. They seem very frustrated that this is happening.
I think they're pretty frustrated. It's weird. Like, I don't have the problems with the Warcraft 1 and 2 remasters that Blizzard did that some people do, but it's weird to like make GOG get rid of these. I find it hard to believe that these were ever cutting into the sales of their re-releases on BattleNet. It's just kind of a dick move.
Oh yeah, real quick. Apparently, Indiana Jones is available on BattleNet.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what.
All the same company.
It is all the same company. Jez wrote a story about it or something like that. I just glanced at it, so I'm not going to speak anymore because I didn't look at all the details. But it was the way it was written. It's like, hey, Microsoft seems to be taking over Battle.net more than it ever has. Since they acquired Activision a little bit ago. Yeah,
I think maybe you got wires crossed there. I don't see anything about Indiana Jones on Battle.net.
Okay, is there even like a promo?
I see a promo for Avowed, so I guess that could happen. But yeah, there's some promo stuff here. I actually don't see one for Indiana Jones right now. Almost seems weird.
Maybe it was just a promo, and it's like it's programmatic or something like that, and it popped up as Indiana Jones for him or something like that.
I think it might be advertised on there. I don't think you can buy and install Indiana Jones on
Marino
Battle.net.
says he sees Crash 4 on there. So like, either way, they have Battle.net sitting over there. I wonder if they do have any plans, but that's something we'll see how this plays out.
So Activision tried that. Activision tried putting more non-Blizzard games on Battle.net. It didn't really do anything.
On there, and Blizzard wasn't happy about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns out Blizzard games do well on Battle.net. Everything else does well on Steam.
You can just straight up buy Crash Bandicoot 4 on Battle.net. That's weird.
Oh, really? That's
look, it's $40. Yeah, Marino linked to it.
I think that was back when they were experimenting more with that kind of thing. Yeah,
probably. Okay, let's see here. Last couple of stories. The Thing Shadow dropped. That's the Night Dive, right? Was working on that.
Yes. We knew that was coming, but
survival horror shooter game. Yeah, it's out now. I'm like, I immediately got it. I might find some time to play it, but again, not a lot of time between now and we actually do our Game of the Year stuff. So.
Right. I am I'm pretty excited to try this out. I only finally just watched the thing for the first time last year and really liked it. And I heard that this game was good, so I'm glad that we got this remaster of it. Yeah, definitely try it. It's a little weird. I kind of missed like Halloween time. Not that the thing is the most Halloween-y of horror things, but still horror. Anytime a horror thing comes out in December, even that Nosferatu movie that everybody likes, right? I'm like, well, that's nice. Kind of weird to come out in December, but whatever.
Yeah. And then finally, Neo Geo is gonna appear on Evercade devices. Evercade is that company. Yeah, you can look over Mike's shoulder if you're watching the video version. That's a Mega Man Evercade countertop arcade system. They will likely do something like that with Neo Geo now. And a lot of these things support cartridges. I think that thing has a cartridge slot.
Yeah, I have 2 cartridge slots on here. So, like I hope I can just get Metal Slug series cartridge or, the Neo Turf Master or something like that, like a sports collection. That'd be great.
Yep. I think, and it seems likely that will happen. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm glad that, there's definitely talks like, Sean Layden made headlines again saying, hey, I don't see much of the use for the PlayStation and the Xbox, and especially their back and forth battle anymore. And I think he's probably right. We talk about that a lot. But then I'm like, I'm glad that there are growing spaces for weird little companies that even sell cartridges of games. Yes. And that's happening out there. And I'm glad people are spending money on it too, because I want to see that stuff thrive in a way. Okay. That does it for the big topics. Why don't we take a break? We'll come back. We'll do the super chats, and then we got some other stuff to talk about for Game of the Year, Game Awards, all that good stuff right after this.
Breaker room. All right.
I'm good.
Hang on. Let me
good?
just do this. Let me fix this thing in OBS. Okay. Yep, I'm good.
All right.
All right, we are back. Mike, do you have those super chats?
I sure do. We got a bunch from Simon from Saskatchewan here to start.
Hey, Simon.
It says, get Jolly Bees when you're in California. It's so good.
I've never had Jolly Bees.
Jolly Bees? What's Jolly Bees?
I know.
Like Applebee's?
I think it's like a Filipino fast food restaurant, I want to say, or is that just because Jan likes it? Wow. I know that they have some good food there. Jan seems to really like it. I've always wanted to try it because of that.
Sorry, sorry, you have more to say about Jolly Bees?
I was just gonna say I'll talk to Jan to see if this is possible.
Okay. Simon from Saskatchewan also says, have you ever played the Nintendo 64 Batman Beyond game? It's super short, but boy, is it shit. 24% in Metacritic. You could get Mike to play it and have an aging background to give him advice like in the show. I've seen videos about this game. It looks terrible. It is like very short, and it seems maybe simple in its terribleness, perhaps. Maybe that's wrong, though. But, we're going to do a lightning round here soon.
Lightning round's coming up, in one of these coming years, yeah.
So, yeah, right, whenever we get through things. We're doing Blood Club tomorrow, right?
That's the plan, yeah.
All right, there you go. And then Simon from Saskatchewan again. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thanks,
says,
Simon.
I have an idea for a trivia game for you two. Does the IP have a licensed game? You have to say yes or no, and if yes, which device did it come out for? M&M's, Platoon, Mountain Dew, Black Cauldron. It's interesting because so many have. It's so many M&M's. I bet there's M&M games on like 6 platforms.
I know Platoon does on the NES. I played that game. It was weird.
I bet Black Cauldron has like a text-based adventure on the Apple II or something.
Sure, right. That honestly, that sounds a little familiar. Even Mountain Dew, does it count? The Jet Moto, probably not. Probably not in the spirit of the question. So I don't know about Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I don't know if Mountain Dew ever had its own game. Interesting. Let's see here now from our Lincoln member Antonio Morales for Grubb. When did you stop telling people you won your parlay for 10K? I just won a 10-leg parlay Sunday, and I've been telling everyone since. Thanks.
I definitely was like, at a certain point, the money gets spent, right? Because I had to spend it on like pay off some credit card bills. And now it's like, well, it's almost like it never happened. So,
Jesus, that's depressing, Jeff.
Yeah. Listen, I left $500 in the account, and I've been putting bets on stuff, using that money ever since. And so it's like, I can add a little stuff for free. And it's like, honestly, it's funny money at a certain point. So that's fun. And then when that stuff comes up, I always explain, I won $10,000 and I kept some money in there. And that's when it comes up. So not as frequently as it once did. Although it is fun to bring it up. And like every time I bring it up around Dan's like, What the hell? I still can't believe that happened. It's funny, that response.
You brought it up way less than I ever would have, that's for sure.
It was an incredibly cool moment. It definitely was.
Nathan Maloney says, hey, Meatman, first-time chatter, long-time fan. Thank you, Nathan. Rank these games in terms of being at TGA. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wolverine, Project 007, Wonder Woman, Persona 5, and the Respawn Bit Reactor Star Wars game. With love, Nathan. Which one do you think is the most likely? Again, that's Wolverine, Project 007, Wonder Woman, Persona 6, the Respawn Star Wars game.
I would probably put the most likely as, man, that's tough. I think I would go the most likely as Project 007 because it just feels like that's IO Interactive. They could very easily or get that done like with just their approval and MGM's approval and Amazon's approval. Whereas Wonder Woman has so many more stakeholders, I think, because it's a giant corporation, that it might be a little bit difficult. But Wonder Woman would be my next guess, actually. So yeah, I think Project 007 and then Wonder Woman are 1 and then 2. How about you?
I think that sounds right. And then Wolverine, maybe Star Wars after that. Persona 6 is a little tough. We had 2 Persona games technically kind of this year, a Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor Fantasio. I think they're going to take at least a year here to let
Persona
those ride
6,
a little bit.
Exactly. We don't hear about Persona 6 for at least a year. That's what I think as well. And honestly, chances are even longer. But then, I think I'm with you on the rest there where it's like, I guess there's a chance we see something Wolverine, but I would probably put Star Wars even before that, but who knows?
Hey, I remember this time last year, you thought we might see Wolverine in 2024, but you feel stupid now.
I feel real dumb now. Yep, absolutely.
That's okay.
That was like weird to see like how many things they were planning to release before Wolverine, and now it does sound like maybe they are dropping all that, and Wolverine actually will be next. So who knows?
Yeah. I don't know if that Venom game's happening. Right? Yeah. Austin Taylor says, "I liked your Golden Girls Rose My Bananas joke."
You're the one. We found you. All right.
I have no memory of this. Like, well, you must be talking about Grubb.
Because Jan said Blanche My Bananas. And then I was like, I like to roast my bananas, and I was like, I'm trying to think of other Golden Girls names.
Did you see the comment on the dump truck? A person who works in a grocery store is very concerned about you not washing your fruit.
You don't wash your fruit?
Oh my god! I never said I didn't wash my fruit. I just said I don't rinse my apples every time. What happens is when we get them home, Steph rinses the fruit right away, so it's been rinsed once every time without fail. Every time I pick up an apple, I'm not like seeking out a sink necessarily.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
You're fine.
Yeah, that's
didn't even like wash your fruit.
That's the reality of the story that gets. That's probably what I should do. Yes, that's the reality of the story that just gets said on the voicemail dump truck where you just say random bullshit.
Screaming Man, it says, have Grubb impersonate Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro as a talk about what they think wins Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
This is not going to go well.
That's complicated.
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
Would it help if I was Joe Pesci?
Definitely.
Then I said, no, you can't. Wait, I hate this already. I'm so bad at it. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, this fucking. Me too. This fucking guy. Oh, wait, is that what Robert De Niro says?
This fucking guy.
You talking to me?
I don't want to do it anymore.
This is a terrible podcast.
I can maybe do this one. I cannot.
Nope.
I cannot. I don't ever want to do it again.
Hit the eject button.
No, Screaming Madden, we won't be doing that. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the super
Thank you for
chat.
the money.
Mr. Poor says, good luck, Mike, on keeping Jeff's focus on this episode while the Lions are on Thursday Night Football.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're winning by 10. It's fine. They basically won. You can stop watching.
That's why he was making faces all the time. It's like looking at him, he was like tweaking. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this man?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, whatever.
Andres Riano says, I'm hyped for Secret Levels so I can learn more about this mega dude that Mike loves so much. I mean, who the hell is that? Very Xmas to the dogs. Some people watched it early. I've kind of hearing some mixed things.
Yep.
The IGN guy wasn't super high on it. Gene Park Washington Post seemed a bit nicer to it. Although even Gene was like, she said all the PlayStation ones are bad. Like all of those just feel like pretty naked commercials, especially the one where it's just kind of like the montage of PlayStation characters.
Right.
Right.
Those are just PlayStation commercials. That's like what they do for PlayStation commercials.
Right, it is. Like, we had this before. You've done this before. And then, like, I guess I thought each one was going to be like a 50-minute thing. I guess that Mega Man thing is like 7 minutes long. And I'm like, well, what the hell?
Yeah, that sucks. Go ahead, Christian. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Yellow Pikmin.
Yeah, their Love and Robot is like that. They're very short.
I never watched.
It's not like
I never watched it.
Yeah, it's not like a half an hour episode for each. Some of them are like 5 minutes long.
I heard. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Finish.
Yeah, the Pac-Man one, people was like, "Oh, it's so weird," and turns out the people that make Pac-Mans wanted the episode to be super weird. So
yeah, that's one of the good ones I've heard. Is the Pac-Man one. The other one.
See, I heard someone else said that's the worst one.
Oh, okay, hell yeah, that actually makes me super excited.
I want to see it.
The other one I heard was very good is Armored Core, which I will 1,000,000% be watching that. So
I think it was Gene who said that he really liked the New World one, although the Concord one was pretty bad.
Oh no, Concord, come back!
It says the Concord one's basically just an extended version of that opening like CG trailer we all got for the game that nobody liked. I do want to watch the Concord. We should watch some of these in LA.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. That could be fun. Okay, we'll see.
Next up is from Phil Cahoe? Phil. Thank you, Phil. I already own a Switch, Steam Deck, Mio Mini Plus, Analog Pocket, and an Ambernic 35 XXSP. So I should totally buy a Retroid Pocket 5, right, Grubb?
That's right. Yep, we'll go get it. Just get it now.
What's the new thing you got?
The brick, the Timuri brick or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of the company. Should be here pretty soon though. I got it from Keep Retro, I think is what it is. So you can check out their stuff there. That one's just like, it's like kind of a Miu Mini in a lot of ways, but it's even better, and people are seem to be big fans of it. I'm excited. I want one that's pocketable, that is not the Pocket, because that one's too expensive to just throw in a pocket.
Austin Taylor. Oh wait, no. First off, excuse me. Allie Miracle says Norwegian forest cats rule. More of Grubb Cat.
Yeah, Nico was made his first appearance on Giant Bomb in a very long time on Voicemail Dump Truck today. The kids left the door open, and usually the door's open. He usually doesn't come down here. Like, steps are not his friend. You could tell by how fat he is.
Same.
But he came down here and he cried at me. I'm like, all right, come on up. And then he sat up on my lap for a while. So check that out. He's a big, handsome boy.
Austin Taylor says Walt Disney and I share birthday today. Happy birthday, Austin Taylor.
Happy birthday, Walt Disney. And Austin
Taylor.
There
you
go. I'm not that happy.
Why not?
Okay,
yeah, tell us why.
He has some thoughts about some groups.
Oh, what were they?
What are the thoughts?
Yeah, tell us.
What are the thoughts?
Listen, I don't want to say it.
What are the examples?
No. I'm sure because you feel that way, you have a specific example in mind.
No. I pledged the fifth.
Okay, interesting. Did you think that if you had that strong of an opinion about a person, you would know exactly what they did? All right, fair.
I know exactly what they did.
Oh, well, then say it.
No, it's okay. I'll say
this is why you can't trust Yellow Pikmin, everybody.
This is why they're the first to die.
Wow.
Next up is from the Uncharted Wolf. I'll be real, guys. Xbox sucks at marketing. I feel like the Dishonored style gameplay for indie wasn't properly shown in the trailers. Happy B-Day, Mike. Thank you, Uncharted Wolf.
How do you do that though?
It's hard.
How do you communicate that to a general audience? Like, what are you selling here? You're selling indie. That's what you're selling. You got to focus on that.
Right. Like, you're probably not worried about people who liked Dishonored. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You shut down one of those studios. Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough. But I get it. Like, we maybe never got a great sense of what the game actually was like, and that can be frustrating. Connell Wood says, there is a star and a dangerous gravity. Do you know what this means?
There's a star and a dangerous gravity. No, but I feel activated.
It sounds important.
Yeah, it does. Like, I'm going to write this down in my notebook, and I'm probably going to use it in Lorelei and the Laser Eye later.
You don't have a notebook.
I did for like 30 minutes today, and then I immediately just gave it to one of the kids. Like, I'm not going to use this.
There was, what was it on Voicemail Dump Truck today, where everyone was like, Jeff, why don't you just write things down or set calendar reminders? I was like, guys, I had this conversation with Jeff 10 years ago. Yeah, Move on.
And guess what? Everybody with ADHD has that conversation a million times in their life, and you have to like go over every time. It's like, it just doesn't work. Please just leave me alone.
So chat's laughing, and apparently it's a 1000X Resist reference.
Oh, okay.
Mystery solved.
All right.
Yeah,
well, this is fucking
Christian
nerds
likes it
laughing
too.
at this. What the fuck?
Question 2. John Cody says, have fun in LA next week. I'm flying to LA tomorrow. I got to write some jokes for 2 unannounced TGA celebrity presenters. Good luck guessing who. Oh, my goodness.
Congratulations, John Cody. That's fun.
Is it Jeff Grubb and Mike Minotti?
Is it? It should be.
Speaking of celebrity presenters, Chris Pratt says, see you both next week in LA. ... It sounds kind of like a threat.
Yeah, it always does with Chris Pratt and his ellipses.
Incredible.
Do you want to try to guess who the celebrities are?
Well, they did announce that Snoop Dogg's performing there.
Right. Is there like a video game related film or TV show coming out soon?
It's Indy without Harrison Ford.
Sure.
It's not like, I mean, maybe he's there to talk about it. Maybe Harrison Ford and what's his face are going to come out together.
Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely no way they're gonna get Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Harrison Ford likes money.
Harrison Ford?
That's true. He does like money.
He likes money. He likes big money.
Yeah,
not
I don't
just
think they
money.
had-
When they wrote a check for him to get his likeness for the thing, they may have like included in there. You got to make like a couple appearances to promote this game.
That's possible. I could see that.
Maybe, but I don't see him like going out. He doesn't look
Maybe
like a guy that
it's
goes
not a guarantee, but it could happen. Otherwise, I don't know what Muppet isn't busy.
Sure. Yeah, they're all so busy these days, though.
Yeah. Jack Black, a very distinct possibility, right? Steve from Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it could just be something random. We got Al Pacino last year for no reason, right?
True.
So
gonna be
Joe Pesci will be there.
Up.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah, the Rock's just gonna. Yes.
Yeah, Hunter Biden's gonna come out with that guy who killed the insurance person.
Okay, I'm fucking watching this show. Let's go.
Yes, fuck yeah. Let's
There you go. Chris Pratt also says, turn on my PlayStation 5 and saw these new themes. So nostalgic. Reminds me of when I was stomping Tupas in Mario Arcade. Yeah, I think the time doesn't really match up there, Chris.
But hey, I'm sure you remember all that distinctly and clearly. No problem, Chris Pratt.
There you go. Thank you, Chris Pratt. Oh, Grug says, when will Nikki be chained to their chair and locked in the room until they become Infinity Nikki or die trying? Mike should answer this in his Jan voice. So I missed my opportunity for that. My Jan voice is just me trying to make my voice. I'm just trying to make my voice deep, so I sound a little bit more like Jen. And
you sound like you're about to get ready to do your pack voice. Is what it sounds
100%
like.
Grubb.
It sounds like, okay, I got the timbre of the voice. Now I just need to do the complete insanity of whatever I do when I actually do that voice. Like, you're just not doing that part.
Grubb. Here's the thing, though. Hot dog missiles.
All right, let's go, Jan. God, I'm imagining one of the big like missile launcher that Arnold has in Commando or whatever, which is filled with like 50 hot dogs. I would be very happy about that. Tomorrow's a busy day because we're going to try to do Blade Club tomorrow. But if there's a gap, I might just say, hey, Nikki, you should do it because they downloaded it. So.
Yeah. Okay. They're ready to go. Hex Prof says it is hard to believe that Ubisoft will succeed with live service games when there are better games like the finals that isn't even taking over the world. You basically have to beat Fortnite, it seems. I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these games aren't bad.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Listen, X Defiance was fine.
Yeah. X Defiance was fine. I thought Concord was fine. Right? I didn't think there was anything that wrong with Concord. And no one played that.
Yep.
Except for Christian.
Yep.
For me, I did play the shit out of that game before it died. Rest in peace.
So it's rough. I mean, it's like what do you need to make it? You need to have the Marvel IP. Like Marvel Rivals has launched, and that has as good a chance as anything in a while. And there's so many factors there where it looks like a good game. It had a successful beta. It's got the Marvel license. There's a lot of people looking for something that's like Overwatch but isn't Overwatch, right? But yeah, that's not really happening.
Its take on Marvel is also like pretty well received. Like no one's like, hey, these look like stunt actors or whatever. It's they're doing a lot of stuff right, and there's a lot of stuff going in its favor. So you're right.
Lazy Stegosaurus is just a reminder. Duck Hunt is a mid-tech demo. Damn.
Listen, I'm not trying to. I don't think we need to throw Duck Hunt under the bus like this. It's just clearly Mike is wrong. That's all.
Yeah, that's mean. Also, the Duck Hunt.
Yeah,
Duck Hunt's better than Wii Sports, and I stand by that one. It's okay. It's okay.
you done with the super chats?
We're done for now, everybody. If you want to send more, we will still read them before the end of the show. Thank you so much for all the support. If you're watching live, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, or else Beef Hammer's going to yell at all of you.
One more super chat.
Wait, one more here. One more just came in from Nick Olavito. Says, I asked about vinyl recommendations last time, and I wanted to share a really cool one I found. It's called Hecko in Hyrule, and it's mariachi versions of Zelda music. It's super cool. That does sound cool.
That sounds awesome. Do they do a good one of the what's the desert people? What are they called?
Gerudo Valley.
Yeah, the Gerudo Valley theme. I bet there's a good version of that with the mariachi band. Hell yeah.
Dude, God, there was that really good version of that in that Zelda CD that came with Skyward Sword, where they kind of slowed it down and made it more orchestral and dramatic. Ooh, it was good.
Christian, how do you say the name of that album?
Hecho in Hyrule.
Okay.
I pronounced my H a little bit too hard.
So, yep. You did say Hecko, but I think I might have said the same thing.
I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, you said Hecko.
I really fucking blew it.
Hey, it happens. It's easy to happen.
I'm a piece of shit.
No, not at all. All right. That does it for the super chats. We will, if we get more, we'll talk about it before the end of the show, as I promised. In the meantime,
English.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever you should have just stopped reading and yelled English instead. That's how you should.
I just got to hear it. I'll rely on the catchphrase. Hey.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Game Awards and our expectations for that right after this.
I'm still good to go.
I just realized something. Foamstar, that wasn't me. I didn't like the game.
Not a Foam. You were not a Foam. Okay, all right.
You liked? Oh, not Foam Stars, right? Foam Stars wasn't you. There you go.
Yeah, no.
You know why I'm ready to go? Because this is my last Diet Dr. Pepper, because I didn't go grocery shopping because the Aldi just opened and it's too popular and it's snowing and I didn't want to leave the house, so I'm rationing this for the rest of the evening.
Oh man, you got to. Okay, well, yeah, just nurse it.
Rough life, I guess.
All right.
Thank you for saying so.
Yeah. No, I'll see you.
Just give me a second here to get
struggle,
this set
bro.
up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you gotta set up the topic.
Yep.
I forgot we were making a podcast.
Yeah, it's hard. Should watch like a Christmas movie
There's
tonight.
a you that remains and remains. I don't know the entire face, but I know that. I got it late. The joke. Got the 1,000 times received joke late. Sorry. There is no scene worth it being incinerated for. I know that one.
Mike.
Really good phrases. I like to repeat all the time. Ever since I played that game, I should keep repeating those phrases all the time. Red to blue. Heki Almo.
Are you getting a lot of snow right now, Jeff?
We were
more right now.
Heki Grace.
It's probably still coming down.
Which I at least got
we
one of
should
these.
Watch Red One.
Okay.
I agree.
Somehow. Can we make that happen? Can we get private function?
No. But thanks for asking.
I would like to talk with The Rock and just like have a pet talk with him. It's like
I don't think you and The Rock are gonna have a lot in common.
Why not?
Do you like tequila?
I do like tequila a little bit.
Well, then there's
not
that.
Like
all right.
Crazy like him.
I like tequila.
Tequila's alright.
It's good. I like mezcal even more. I like smoky things.
I never had mezcal.
Oh, it's so
I think
good.
I had, but I don't remember what it tasted.
It's just smoky tequila, basically. It's very tasty. I like smoky things. You make something smoky, and I'm just gonna think it's better. Everything should have more smoke in it, which is bad because I think, that like smoke particles is a carcinogen. Oh, Dominic, I love peaty scotch. I want my scotch to taste like a tire fire. I don't like cigarettes. No, cigarettes have a lot more going on that.
Yeah, you're not 40 yet. You need to pick up smoking when you're 40.
When you're 40.
No. Oh yeah, Lagavulin 16 is good. The Ardbegs or the Froigs. I've got a Port Charlotte 10 right now that I've been enjoying quite a lot. Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it, Chef? When I heard that, I lost my shit. I was like, that is insane.
Wait, what? I wasn't listening because I'm getting this set up.
What is this?
Picking up smoking at 40?
Oh, sure, yes. Yeah. One of the craziest
because
things
I did it when I was 13.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Of course.
But like at 40.
Like you missed it. You don't have to do it. And yet,
I've had a handful of cigarettes just being out at bars, and like every time I regret it because I have that ashtray taste in my mouth for a whole day afterwards.
You're right. Yes, you did well, my son. Smoking is probably the thing that I regret the most.
Dornoff asks, "Can I say more about Paul Reichert selling his damn house?" No, I will say that I think it was weird the people on Reddit who's tried to like diagnose Paul Reichert with a disease because of it, or somehow insinuate Dan was a bad son because it happened. Gee,
well,
it's like, why does Dan not like the Reddit? I don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, people are being crazy. They need to just lay off.
Oh.
All right. Let's see here. I got
pretty funny though.
that. And then if
like, look, guys, you're over there. Just laugh at the story he's telling like he wants you to. Don't worry. It's not your problem. Don't worry about it.
Laugh about it. I can just have fun.
Just laugh and move on. Look, Paul will be fine somehow, okay?
Yes.
I don't understand either, but he will be.
He's gonna pull back course into a new house, a mansion. I believe in him.
He's gonna outlive all of us, right? Still smoking 20 packs a day or whatever.
Okay, I think I am good to go. Let's bring it back in.
Right. Sounds good.
All right. We're back, and what we're gonna do now for the topic of the week, we're gonna make some predictions about the Game Awards. We're not gonna go through every single one of these, although I have most of them written down. I think I did not copy over Esports Athlete of the Year. I know that's gonna enrage you.
Oh, I had really strong opinions on that one.
There he is.
Faker, goddammit, you know it.
Yep.
I'm a big Faker fan. That's what we call ourselves, the Faker fans. Which it sounds generic, but there's alliteration there.
Yeah. All right. Faker plays League.
Yes, correct.
Yes, of course.
I got it in one. All right. Okay, so I figure what we could do here is you and I can make our predictions for each of these categories, and then we'll take a break every once in a while, and we'll talk about some big games that might show up.
Sorry, don't look at chat. Don't look at chat. How many concurrents do you think Marvel Rivals has on Steam already?
On Steam?
Yeah.
Okay, so when did it come out? Did it come out just a couple hours ago?
Like a few hours ago? Yeah.
So a big paid release would be 80,000. So I'll say 160,000.
400,000 already.
Holy moly! Okay, that thing's gonna take over.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay. Let's. Should we work our way up to Game of the Year or work our way down?
Let's work our way down. Let's give the people what they want.
All right. Game of the Year: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio.
I think Astrobot's the favorite. I really do.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think I'm right there with you, but we'll put Mikey there.
I don't think there's that many people who disliked Astrobots. I think a lot of people who are voting who are groups of people. You can see how that one becomes a popular choice that pleases most everybody. There's bound to be people that feel very strongly about it. There's going to be a lot of individuals who are going to be high on it. It's a pretty decent field this time in terms of anything could win for weird reasons. Even Black Myth Wukong, which seems like the weakest one to me. That won Golden Dice or whatever a little bit ago. So it's
Golden Joystick. Did it really win Golden Joystick? That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's all fan voting or whatever, right? But okay. But if it could happen there, maybe that weirdness could happen here. You could see it being Balatro, maybe Metaphor, maybe Final Fantasy. Even Shadow of the Erdtree is the one that I would be the most surprised by, but I guess it could happen. Again, I think it'd be surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen just because it's From, and From just seems to win these things automatically. But this is the weird one. This is the DLC. Although, I know you guys were saying DLC maybe shouldn't be nominated. I'm completely fine with it.
I don't want to make a rule, but I wouldn't.
Sure.
I guess is the thing, right?
Okay.
I don't think there should be a rule, but it would have to be something crazy, something, and I don't just mean quality, because the quality of Shadow of the Erdtree is amazing, but it's more Elden Ring, really. So
yeah,
right?
For me,
it's just an expansion. That's what it should be. But.
Yeah. I'm just an expansion's a video game now. It's if they put it out as a standalone, I would just be this is a video game. And so I'm just looking at it that way. But I think I'm with you where it's there's a chance I might not include it in even my top 10. We'll see. I think just to shoot my shot here a little bit, I will go with Balatro.
Yeah.
I think there's a really strong chance it wins. Now, a big part of that is what you said, anything could win this year. I also think that like some of the other big competitors there, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Metaphor, might cannibalize each other a little bit. They might split a little bit of the RPG
I could
vote.
see those two. I could see those two doing that. I don't see that happening so much with Astrobot, which is why I think that's the favorite on my end.
Exactly. So it's like I think what I'm expecting here is a lot of people who are like, well, I really like Shadow of the Erd Tree, but that doesn't need to win again. So I'm going to go with Balatro. And then I think there's going to be a lot of people who are like, no, that genuinely is the best game. And I think it's going to be, it's always fun to be the person that does something a little bit offbeat when you're voting on these things. So I think that might be attractive when it comes to Balatro. And, there's a history of something like this winning, like something like this, but like a smaller game winning when It Takes Two won Game of the Year. So, I just learned that It Takes Two, we talked about it, sold 20 million copies. Apparently, like half of those are in China, where it's extremely popular.
Interesting.
It's like it's not even officially on sale there, but it's like people just get it through Steam, through the gray market. And when they ask like why, it's like, well, there are skyrocketing divorce rates in China. And
I was about to ask, like, do they really like get much out of this very Western take on marriage? But okay, maybe it's becoming more similar over there.
Yep. Divorce is huge in China. Yeah.
Incredible. It's weird how divorce becomes more popular once people are allowed to.
Yeah, it's strange, huh? Yep. Astrobot for Mikey, Balatro for me. We'll see. Chat, if you guys want to throw your opinions out there, or if you guys want like a poll at some point, maybe we could do a poll just for this and get the answers at the end. All right, best game direction. This is it's the same game someday again, right? I think if Balatro wins Game of the Year, I don't necessarily think it wins best game direction. I think Astrobot does win that, actually.
See, I'm the same way. Now, I think Balatro wins, especially because it's kind of a one-man thing, maybe,
let's
right?
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So just swap us on this one. There you
Jeff, go. And then Mike. All right, there we go. Best ongoing game: Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, or Helldivers 2.
It has to be Fortnite, isn't it?
Man,
I don't know. I mean,
is this where Helldivers 2 gets some of its love? It's a little weird because it's an ongoing game that came out this year,
right? But
and it feels like it had so much heat when it came out, and it's still doing well. But a lot of its kind of Game of the Year potential was faded away there.
I think I'll go with Helldivers.
Have in mind that people wasn't be a huge fan of the stuff they did release after like the game came out,
but I'm talking like but I think voters will be like, Helldivers 2 was that really big game earlier this year, so
yeah. Diablo 4 might get some love because of the expansion. I think Final Fantasy 14 is gonna be a hard sell because some people didn't like the expansion this year. Destiny 2 is crazy that it's on here. People like the expansion, I guess, but there's a lot of bad feelings there.
The fucking vibes are ruined, but not because of the quality of the game, because the content they be putting out right after the expansion, it's pretty good. Like the seasonal stuff was fun and like good stuff. So I don't know, but the vibes are all fucked up.
The vibes are bad. I think it's Helldivers also.
Yep, Mike jinxed the Lions. That's right. But we're not going to talk about that. All right. Do you have an answer for this one, Mike, or do you want?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, there we go. Jeff, Mike. Okay. Best performance. Let's see. Brianna White.
This category's bullshit. Not a single metaphor. Refantasio person in here. It sucks. I'm mad.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, Sinuous Saga, and then Life is Strange. Would that be Max? And then Humberly Gomez, who must be the Star Wars Outlaws character. Yes. I'll go with Brianna White because she's on the Giant Bomb couch. So
I'm gonna go because I think she has a very good chance of winning.
Yes.
I think people liked her a lot in both these games, and it's that one. So yeah, absolutely gonna be her.
Which character does she voice?
She's Aerith.
Aerith, yeah.
Oh, all right.
All right. Best art direction: Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Metaphor Refantasio, or Neva.
I think Metaphor gets this one right. Those games have such good art, the UI, the character designs. I think it gets love here.
Yes. I think you're probably right, but I'm gonna go with Black Myth Wukong because I think there's a chance that this one just might pull it off here, and this will be its one win. It either wins just this or it wins everything except for this. Because I'm just like missing something I didn't recognize, a huge contingent of Black Myth Wukong fans in the media. Best score and music: Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor, ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2, or Stellar Blade.
This one's Rebirth for me. That's why I pick. I think it's what's going to win. Just insanely good soundtrack there. Both the new versions of the classic songs and the new stuff. So fantastic. Silent Hill 2 is very good, but it's kind of, it's doing its thing. It's doing it really well. I don't want to say Astrobot's music was disappointing, but I almost don't think it's as good as what we had in Astro's Playroom.
Yeah.
Metaphor Fantasy has a lot of good stuff, especially the battle theme. But overall, I don't think it's quite as strong as the Persona soundtracks even, really.
I'm with you. I think Final Fantasy VII is going to win this. Best audio design: Astrobot, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy VII, Senua's Saga, Silent Hill 2. I think there's a chance Hellblade 2 wins this one.
See, this is the one I go Silent Hill 2. Because I'll tell you very rarely am I playing a game and I think, wow, what good sound design. I was thinking that a lot in Silent Hill 2, actually. Just the sounds were all deeply unsettling and satisfying and well-paced and well-placed. So, yeah, I'll give Silent Hill 2 this one.
All right. I don't care about best adaptation.
Same.
Best narrative: Final Fantasy, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, Refund. Man, Like a Dragon not nominated for enough. Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2.
By the way, before we move on, I really don't care, but it's gonna win. Arcane is gonna win.
Arcane, yeah, I know Arcane's gonna win, but I don't care.
Isn't Fallout gonna win? People love Fallout.
And Arcane, people didn't like
Arcane
Arcane Season 2.
I thought people didn't like Season 2.
What? It's awesome. I thought I heard everybody loves it. Oh, we're crazy.
All right, whatever. I want. We didn't want to talk about this. Now we are. All right. Best narrative.
You see, you take Christian. Best narrative. I think that one's gonna go to Metaphor.
Yeah, it's probably right. Man, I wish Infinite Wealth could win, but it's probably gonna be Metaphor.
But you're right. Infinite Wealth's not nominated for much. So maybe get something here, but this is people definitely just want to pick the one that they think had their favorite narrative. That's not the one they want to give up. Yeah,
Infinite Wealth is definitely the one that people, even if they did play it, they forgot about. But it's and if they didn't play it, they didn't have time to catch up on it because they were playing Metaphor instead. All right, let's see here. Best multiplayer: Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2.
Black Ops 6, baby.
I could see Black Ops 6 is probably my favorite. I wonder if this is the one Helldivers 2 also gets some love because it had that very memorable multiplayer experience.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
Right. And timing is a little bit weird was it weird enough? I can't remember. I think Helldivers 2, actually. I still, even as good as this Call of Duty is, I think there's still a lot of people who don't want to vote for Call of Duty.
Right. Best independent game: Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, UFO 50.
Balatro, right? I mean, it's the one that's nominated for Game of the Year. It'd be a little surprising it didn't pick this one up.
That's right. So best debut indie game: Balatro. Although Animal Well, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire are all also nominated.
Yeah, there's a part of me, it's I could see Animal Well maybe picking this one up because everyone's sick of voting for Balatro at this point for things. In fact, you know what? I'll say Animal Well. Screw it.
There you go. Did you like Animal Well?
I liked it. I liked it fine. It's funny because I think I liked it more than you and also played much less of it than you did.
Best VR AR game: Arizona Sunshine Remake. Man, they remade that game? That's weird. Asgard's Wrath 2, that game that got a 10 from IGN, remember? Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, Metro Awakening.
I mean, Batman came out just at the right time.
Yeah.
Is the one I hear people most talk the most. So it just seems like it's going to be Batman.
Yep. Content Creator of the Year. Now, don't pick which one is your favorite. Tell me if you've heard of a single one. Kaseo, Elowan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamers, Usada Pecora.
No.
I haven't heard of a single one.
No,
I know
did.
3 of them.
Well,
I know Queso. It always came up on my TikTok. He's constantly there, and the Spanish guy and the VTuber, and that's it.
The Techno Gamers. Most anticipated. This is silly. Why even have this category? Because Grand Theft Auto 6 is still out there. But Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Is that really the subtitle? Ghost of Yotei.
Is it have no?
I think it is.
Subtitle?
I think it is, yeah.
The fuck?
Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Monster Hunter Wilds.
I mean, my answer is Metroid Prime 4.
Sure.
Yeah,
Then you wanna lose?
I didn't say Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, I was
It's
just
probably
wait.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Probably Grand Theft Auto 6.
All right, we got some genre categories. Best action adventure game, Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. That's nice to see that nominated. Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
God, I wish Lost Crown could pick this up because it's so good and it's insane. We haven't seen it nominated for anything till this point. To me, it's an easy game of the year contender. So amazing. I hope time's going to be kind to that one. But yeah, Astrobot probably has this one pretty easily.
Yep, that's what I think as well. Best role-playing game, Dragon's Dogma 2, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor.
God, in some ways, this is like one of the most interesting categories. Is your mind scrolling down a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. This one is really... too bad Persona 3 didn't make, or 1,000 Year Door, but I guess remakes, it's such a crowded year, it's hard for remakes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I know Final Fantasy Rebirth is kind of a remake, but yeah, not really. A Metaphor. I think Metaphor does take this one. I think it was like the newest one, and it was probably even the best reviewed of them. Rebirth actually might have been there too, but people were so high on Metaphor, and some people had just played it. Yeah,
I think if it was just like the traditional thing, Shadow of the Erdtree would probably win because the most people probably played that, and it was so highly reviewed. But because it is DLC, I think that's going to make it kind of knock it out here. And then I think that leaves it to Metaphor pretty easily.
I kind of hate the idea that like Shadow of the Erdtree is in the RPG category. Like
I know, but like it's got a character sheet, right? Like that's
I get it.
It's got
people stats.
It's got stats. Like
the best game with stats. Okay.
Yeah,
it's more RPG than action to me because you can RPG your way out of the fight. You know what I mean? You can have numbers being higher enough that your actions can.
See, my experience with Souls game is that at least for what I've been doing, the numbers never matter as much as you think they will. A lot of the time, it really is actually learning those openings and getting good. But maybe that's it's definitely an action RPG for sure. It's just if you put a gun in my head and say it's an action RPG, what is action RPG more of? I would say action.
Right, and there's an action adventure category. That's the one that probably the other one it might make sense in. All right, let's see here. I'm sure he got votes for Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree for action adventure. I wonder how he actually ends up deciding which of these categories to put in. Right. Where it gets the most votes, maybe? I don't know. Best fighting game, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiverses, Tekken 8.
I think it's pretty easily Tekken 8. Maybe Sparking Zero has a chance. I love that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection's on here. Collections normally don't make it, but it was a very good collection.
Yeah.
It should be NBC.
It is very good. Tekken 8 was great. Tekken 8 deserves some love. I know that post people have soured a little bit. They haven't been super happy with the support for it, but it was very, very good at launch.
Best action game, Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Space Marine 2.
This one's kind of tough.
Yeah, this is tough.
So can you scroll a little bit down?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
You're not forgiven. Maybe Call of Duty does get a little bit of love here. Actually, it's weird because Black Myth Wukong is the one that's also not for Game of the Year, and I still have a hard time just really seeing it winning. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna win this just because it's nominated. But yeah, so you're gonna say Call of Duty?
I'm gonna say Call of Duty in this one.
Okay, the Nintendo category that Nintendo is probably not going to win this year. Best family game, Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, The Plucky Squire.
You weren't here when we talked about this, but this is Nintendo's weakest showing in the Game Awards.
Yep.
In years, if not ever, pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing nominated for Game of the Year for the first time in a long time. Even the family game, which we joke is the Nintendo category. Yeah, they had the most nominees here, but they're not going to win it. Astrobot probably is.
Yep.
Maybe Mario Party.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Astrobot. Is that what you're going with?
Astrobot, yeah.
Okay. Best sim/strategy game, Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kinetsugami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, Unicorn Overlord.
This seems like a pretty open field to me.
Uh-huh.
I think here was like a big breakout hit.
I think I am going to roll my dice with... Man, that's tough. I kind of want to say Unicorn Overlord, but I'm going to go with Frostpunk 2.
Yeah, I was between those two, Manor and Frostpunk.
Yeah.
I kind of
feel like systems in Frostpunk are...
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I played a bit of Frostpunk 2, actually. I enjoyed it. I played all of Unicorn Overlord and liked it, but kind of forgot about it quick. But maybe I will go with Unicorn on this one.
Okay. Let's see here.
Shinbui Kunitsugami, did any of you play that?
Yeah.
I liked it okay.
Same.
I played it at various trade shows, and I kind of, had my fill of it there.
I played it on the Steam Deck for quite a bit, and I thought it was pretty good. I didn't fall in love with it like a lot of people, though.
That's on Game Pass.
Best sports/racing game, F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA, Top Spin, WWE. I think WWE could win.
Yeah, can you scroll down?
Yeah. Let's see here.
And if I have to tell you again, I'm going to.
Yeah, you're going to quit the show. I know.
God. Didn't everybody really like that new college football game? Why isn't that on here?
Yeah, that is weird. That's very bizarre. I have no idea why it's not nominated. Honestly, part of me feels like that's got to be an oversight. Like, that's so strange.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
I guess WWE, then I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go with WWE.
Yeah, I like the WWE game. I hasn't played one in a while. And this one was the first one in like fucking 5 years, and it was really fun. I don't know why EA Sport FC 25 is in this list.
Yeah, it's just
it's like
again, it's always like the game that most people play, right? At a certain point, that's going to be a huge factor in a show like this that has a massive voting block.
International voting.
Unless it's that college football game, then apparently not.
I guess, yeah, it's very strange. All right, best esports game is the last thing I have here. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant.
Mobile Legends, bang, baby, all day.
Yep, me too.
I'm in the Bang Bang gang.
Yep, we're a part of the Bang Bang game. That's why they call us the Mobile Legends.
This is how do you vote this? How do you play every? Like, it's so weird.
I've never heard of this game.
That's crazy.
Never heard of it in my life.
No,
it's got to win.
But I'm voting for it.
Yeah, it's got to win.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so I've actually kept track here, so we can come back and look and see who was right, who did better, and kind of, we had a lot of what we voted together on, but we'll see how this goes. We'll have the answers not next week because we're going to be in LA, but the episode after that we'll talk about it.
Fine.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so those are the awards. What do you think is going to get announced there, Mike? You have any ideas about like some surprises, things that might come out of nowhere? How much Hideo Kojima do we get?
Well, yeah, I bet we'll see. We'll see Hideo. It's time for another obnoxiously long trailer for Death Stranding 2 Beach Vacation, whatever it's called. And the character is going to show up with like a drum that comes out of his ass, and everybody's going to cheer.
Hell yeah,
love it,
especially me.
Yeah, especially you. Is it time for Resident Evil 9? Right? Like we should see that.
It's possible. Resident Evil 9 is like a possibility. Like I think that's a pretty good guess, Mike.
Yeah, because we had Resident Evil 4 last year. We didn't have one this year, so there's probably going to be one next year. They should announce that now. Yeah,
there will be one next year. So it might be late next year, so maybe that doesn't happen here, but it could. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then I really do think, I think Metroid Prime 2. I think that's the one like smallish thing that Nintendo actually does bring here, and we maybe finally get that announced. Because I don't think Nintendo's going to do a direct or an even like small thing. Maybe they just announce that in a tweet. And to me, it's like, look, if your options are just announced in a tweet or do a trailer at the Game Awards, and I bet Nintendo's one of the people that Keighley wouldn't make pay for that.
Yeah.
Why not announce that at the Game Awards, right?
Yep, totally. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
I was afraid. Look, as good a chance as it's had in a long time, right?
Sure. Since last month, yeah.
Look, if you put a gun in my head, I'll say yes. Because it's always weird to me, right? It's like it's got to show up eventually.
This is one
guns and so many hits.
This is one that was in that Xbox show where they said everything would be out within the next 12 months, and that was
like 18 months ago?
Not this past summer. The summer before that, I talked to Phil Spencer, and at that point, it had been a year. So we're talking 2.5 years since that showing at Xbox. So a year and a half after they said it would be out, in one way or the other. Yeah, 2022. Yes, exactly. So every time we have one of these shows and it doesn't show up somewhere, it's weird. It definitely could be here. It also very easily could not. You think Microsoft has anything big in the show, Perfect Dark or anything like that?
Yeah, it's weird because like they're definitely going to just be promoting Indiana Jones still. There'll be a good amount of commercials for that, and they'll probably be promoting Avowed still, right? Like last year, one of the big things they did was for Senua's Saga, right? They had that weird concert thing, so it's very much kind of just about promoting games we know about. You know, we know about Fable, we know about Perfect Dark. They could, and yeah, part of me wouldn't be shocked if we didn't get much on this.
Does Vin Diesel show back up to re-announce Arc 2?
No, but he's done enough at the Game Awards. There's that. He was the one last thing that one year at that Fast and the Furious game. God, that's so funny. Salute mi familia. Yeah, no.
What about Ken Levine's game, Judas?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? I bet it will. I don't think I'll be particularly excited about it. I don't know why. I love BioShock. Like, BioShock 1 was one of my favorite games, yet I see this thing and I am so unmoved by it.
And then what about Sony? Does Sony have anything at this show?
It's interesting because, you know, they announced Ghost of Yotai, and there's not much else we really know about.
They're bringing back Concord. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, they're bringing back Concord. I'm trying to think, does Sony usually do much at the Game Awards?
I don't know. I could see them doing something like a collection of older games or something like that.
Maybe.
Getting re-released.
Yeah. Maybe something nostalgic. Maybe this is
like the original God of War trilogy or something like, or what? Maybe more than just the trilogy, but yeah, like put God of War in a collection of games. Put that out.
Now, if they were ready to announce the new Naughty Dog thing, like, and you know, the whole point of these Naughty Dog games is basically to win stuff like the Game Awards.
Yeah,
this would not be a bad place to debut that.
Yeah, good point. I mean, even like Sony Santa Monica could have their next game ready to show off, and that's similar. Sure. So, yep, we'll see. Yeah, any final guesses? Any like really far out there things?
Mega Man.
Oh, honey.
No. Oh,
buddy.
It's Ridge Racer. Ridge.
You heard of
Racer. Crimson Skies.
All right. Yep. I'm looking forward to the show. You know, I only care so much about the awards. We'll do our own award show. So like that's where I have a place to think about that stuff for real. But it's fun to speculate about what could win. I had a good time doing that. And then for all these predictions, we'll see how it goes down. We're getting some super chats in. Maybe some people have some predictions of their own. We'll take one more quick break. We'll come back, talk about what we've been playing. You know, I've been playing indie, so I got nothing more there. And then we'll hit those super chats and we'll get out of here right after this.
Cool.
Sorry, we got through the top through the thread, people.
Sorry. Sometimes when we try like a different sort of a game or a different thing, we're not sure how that stuff's going to fit in, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. But we appreciate everyone's response.
I can read some of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Low Rule says Jeff will give a celebrity too much time to ramble on about being something we don't care about. Jim says fuck it. Silk Song Shadow dropped. Tommy Pencil says 8-second speeches for the award winners. Resident Evil Croso says another Monster Hunter Wild trailer showing off more monsters in the Frozen location. Bonus points that they dropped beta session number 2. Eve Zispa says Nintendo shows up with a Zelda trailer for the movie. Leah, the worst Belmont, says Kojima, that's it. That's the prediction. Adam JC says a Muppet is interviewed. And Willow Davis says announcing Skyrim Mobile for phones. I appreciate you, community.
You guys are all right. We'll see.
It's okay, yeah.
Okay, I am ready to get back in the show. Are you boys good?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you ready for this? Wait, I gotta clear my nose.
Sure.
All right.
Do it right in the mic.
We're not ready then.
I'm good.
All right.
All right, here we go. We're back. Mike, what have you been playing? Blah, 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 blah.
I did play one round of Marvel Rivals before we started this.
Oh, really? Okay, you downloaded it and everything. I guess I still have my download from the beta. I wonder if that's updated.
I don't think that works. I think you got to download. It's not like insanely big. It's like 30-something gigabytes. So it didn't take long at all. There are so many characters in that. It's kind of I'm kind of shocked that you can actually just launch one of these games with that many characters right away. I'm almost like, why would you launch with that many characters? It's kind of wild. And I'm not sure if you even I don't think you have to pay for them. I think they're just all there.
I think it's all there. Yeah. I know.
So it's nice.
And like the lead up, they're like, they're teasing 5 more Marvel Rivals characters. I'm like, what the fuck? How many characters are going to be in this thing? So yeah.
But you have to. This free to play. You have to have like a bunch of characters, so you like you cast a wide net of people to grab. So one motherfucker is gonna fall in love with a character, and they're gonna buy all the skins for that
you have to.
character, you know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
People have to feel an
You have to do
ownership, and
that.
it's easier to feel an ownership if
Yeah.
you can have something
But,
that does
like,
feel a little
yeah.
unique.
I
Sure.
wonder if it falls into the because Overwatch 2 kind of has this trap right now where like guess what characters get a lot of skins? It's just the ones who sell. So it's like a ton for Kyoko or whoever that little girl is. Like lots of Devo ones still. Tracer.
Yeah.
And
Meanwhile,
so
like
the thousands of people that don't like ranking for the other ones don't actually get what they want, and that slowly poisons things. But that's free to play games. That's how it goes.
No,
League
it
of-
was the.
yeah.
Go ahead,
League of
Christian.
Legends League of Legends has been doing that thing since forever. Like
Sure.
that's they ask him why the character is so strong when it comes out, and they're like, well, we want people to like the character right away so they can buy
Sure.
the stuff for the character they like.
Yep. Just most of these games
That's
aren't
the
League of
business.
Legends, right? So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's cool because I was like, hey, who's my favorite Marvel character? It's Captain America. There he is, and just able to play him right away. He's a tank, which makes sense. I was having fun. I like the beta. I am excited.
Yeah, I enjoyed the
to
beta
play
a
some more of
lot.
it. Now, it's a little awkward just because I like playing Call of Duty for the first time ever in a long time. But this is a pretty different flavor than Call of Duty, at least.
Yep.
But still, at the same time, it's all time, right? Like, what live service game am I going to play?
Yep. I don't know. I'm still enjoying Call of Duty quite a bit. We played for a while
Yeah.
the other night, and that's a good time. Stick out 24/7. Still not sick of that. Still having
That's super. I love Stakeout 24/7. That's good.
It's fun because you can really go from one round like just playing like complete garbage to the next round. Just every time I walk into a room, I'm killing a person with this shotgun, and it feels awesome. So
Yeah,
Skill-based
I always do
matchmaking,
well.
brother. Everybody complains about that. Is what makes the game fun for you.
the best thing recently was there's still people who want to complain about skill-based matchmaking, but that like one, I think it was the Call of Duty team that was like, yo, we tested it without skill-based matchmaking and you all stopped playing because you hated it. Their new thing is, well, that's not real. That was a biased thing because people are just used to skill-based matchmaking. So of course they'll stop. It's like, what are you talking about? Guys,
incredible.
You're so deluded. But
Insane.
yep, they're never going to stop complaining about that. So, but anything else you've been playing, Mike? We'll probably spend more time with Marvel Rivals when we like get back from LA and stuff. I'm sure that's something
Yeah, I
we'll
don't think things
stream.
just Dragon Quest 3. I've been playing quite a bit of that. I had a very long grinding section yesterday because I wanted to kind of max out my one job so I can turn my thief Penny into a monster wrangler, which is the one new job they added to the game, and get a lot of new abilities. And I really enjoyed doing that, right? I'm a sicko. I like just walking my party around in circles in the one ideal spot for it, grinding monsters while I watch a stupid YouTube video, all cozy in bed while it's snowing outside. I loved that. That felt good. But yeah, I'm in a pretty good place now where I'm going to progress for a while again. I'm like, I'm like past halfway. I'm pretty deep into it, actually. Yeah, so I might even beat it before it's time for Game of the Year. So it might be, it might be calculated into that list. So we'll see.
Are there any other cleanup games for you for Game of the Year?
No, nothing else is gonna really happen. There's stuff I feel bad.
Yep,
I didn't
definitely.
Like Infinite Wealth, I feel bad I didn't get to. I feel bad I didn't play Rise of the Golden Idol.
That's a
Thousand
good
X
playing game.
Resist.
There we go.
Yeah, but I don't play games on planes.
That's
I
right. You
sleep.
say you sleep. Okay, that's fair.
I
Good
just-
point.
I do think I'm bringing. I brought like the Switch and like the PC thing on these trips before, and I sometimes use neither or just one. But this time, I'm like, I think I'm just bringing the ROG. Like everything I'm really playing is on there. There's nothing I'm actually that worried about on my Switch. Like I could finish Zelda, and I would like to, but I don't think I don't feel bad about not finishing that. I don't think that's like going to make it in my top 10.
Yep. Yeah. I'm like, if it makes mine, it'd be very much on the edge of the top 10. I like it, but just not a top 10 game. All right. Mike, did we get any more super chats?
Yes, we did, Jeff. We got a few more here from Fahogwa Gods.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Hey guys, anonymous because I'm very cool, very exclusive, and incredibly famous. But I'll give you a hint: Mariah Carey. I'm reaching my mid-30s. Actually, excuse you, so rude. Never ask a woman her age. Any tips? Happy me days." Fahogwa Gods then sent the same exact super chat again, which might be a mistake, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry that you got double charged for that. Any tips for your 30s, Jeff? That's a kind of in the rearview mirror for you. What did you think about your 30s?
Yeah, God, my 30s are in the past, aren't they?
Yeah, how does that feel?
That feels weird. It was a time where it's like, oh, okay, this is when things are really, I'm figuring things out now. 20s are just so easy to get lost in your 20s and feel like there's no road in front of you, and there isn't. But in the 30s, you start just building your own, and things can come together. So I would just, if you feel like you are heading in the right direction, you probably are. Just keep trusting in yourself, keep working hard.
Yeah.
Things, no guarantee, but it'll be better than nothing. Things could work out.
Personally speaking, everything really came together in my mid-30s.
Yep.
So hopefully the same happens for you, Mariah Carey.
Yep, Mariah Carey, I think things are going to look up for you.
I just had the thought, I'm like, oh, mid-30s, that's so far away. I'm about to turn 34 in like a week. And
you'll turn 35. You'll turn 35 when I turn 40. That's fun. Screaming Man says, so real quick, EA College Football probably got snubbed because many of the outlets are from international nations who don't watch U.S. college football. Oh, I do wonder just how many like international voting things are there, because that's going to be a big deal for things like Black Myth Wukong, where here people don't really care, but in China it's like the biggest game.
Yep. Yeah. I think it is global, so it's like there won't be any one representation from China, but there should be quite a few voters from China. So yeah, it's really makes it really hard to predict this stuff. But I suppose it's like people from Australia going like, how come the Aussie Rules football game didn't get nominated? That was very, very popular and good here. And it's like, okay, yeah, I suppose if it's a global enough audience, even a really good American football game is going to struggle a little bit against some of these things, like WWE, even, which is global.
Yeah, everybody loves WWE. Chris Pratt's back and says they didn't want to pay me to give my voice in this Marvel Rebels game. Hashtag boycott Marvel Rebels. You heard him, everybody.
Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Chris Pratt, we will always defend your honor. So, of course, I will not be playing this game.
Chris, wait till you hear about who's doing the voice of Mario in these latest Mario games.
All right, that does it for the Super Chats.
Yes, it does. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate all the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Gosh, Jeff, we're going to be off of these shows for about a week here. We got a lot of travel, a lot of Game Awards stuff. We're going to be busy. You more than me, I'm willing to say. You're going to be even more busy. So
yeah, we got a lot going on, but it will be fun if you want to watch the stuff over on Giant Bomb. Just real quick, Wednesday, December 11th, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, GB at night. We're going all night. Come hang out with us. It'll be fun. Then the next day is the Game Awards. Doing a pre-show. GameSpot is, however, and we're helping out, so I'll be on that a little bit. And then, tune in for that as well. And then we are planning to record our Game of the Year stuff for Giant Bomb while we're there in LA on Friday and Saturday. So we'll get that stuff out to you in a timely manner later this month. So there'll be a lot of stuff happening, just not with Game Mess. But when we get back, we'll hit the ground running, keep things going. We'll come up with our own plans for Game of the Year stuff probably after the new year.
We'll hit the ground running, and we won't stop running.
We won't stop.
We'll be back by Tuesday 17th.
No, wait, that's not
people
good.
wants so if people wants the date, Tuesday 17th, we should be back.
Yep, we'll be back at it.
The years keep coming; they don't stop coming. Fed with the rules, and I hit the ground running. Did it make sense not to live for fun? Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? There it is.
All right, everybody.
No music, so.
Yep, and we're gonna get that DMCA. So might as well just end the show. I hit the music, right? That's usually what I do. Oh, it's broken.
Right. That's not working.
Yeah. But actually, hang on. I think it might have started working in the middle of it. Let me see if it's actually going to take here.
You want me to do it?
Oh, yeah, do it. It is working, though.
It's working, though.
You do? Oh, this is the... Oh.
Yeah, it's this one.
Thank you, though, Nikki.
That's the earlier show.
Yeah, well, you could do that one, too. Just, mash up. It's so beautiful. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Beautiful, like an angel.
Just bad podcasts.
That was pretty funny earlier.
Yeah, you were doing all right.
I tapered off a bit at the end there.
You remember that segue I did? That shit was cool.
Yeah, people didn't like it when I said that Elden Ring's not an RPG. Which I thought what I said. It's not what I said, but they took it that way. Right,
and people, they're like, oh, it definitely is an RPG. Hey, listen, those games for a long time, it was like, these are different kinds of RPGs, and people were very serious about that. I always remember hearing that when people were talking about Demon's Souls and stuff. So
it's an RPG for sure.
For sure. Yeah,
it's also an action game.
All right, everybody, we're getting out of here.
Jason.
We're not gonna let the music play all the way out because I pressed the button way too late. Catch you next time. Have a good one. Take care of
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm bored of this.
Goodbye.
Yeah, fuck it.